Hey, what's up YouTube? It's your boy again and I'm back in with another video. So yeah guys, today I'm gonna be talking about market patterns. Do market patterns actually exist? Do they work? Do they exist in the markets? Can you identify them in the markets? You see those patterns you actually check on your Googly and on your social media. So today I'm gonna be showing you guys the patterns in the markets, right, and how they actually work, because we use them to actually identify trends, to actually identify change of directions and all of that, so we can be able to capitalize using them, right? So let me just dive into the charts, guys. Okay, so we're gonna be checking euro dollar, right? So I just want to show you guys that this thing does actually exist and it does work, right? Especially on the higher time frames. If you are trying to find a market trend, yeah, you can find it using those patterns, right? Then you can actually try and capitalize on the lower time frames. So let me just show you guys here on euro dollar. So I think I'm just gonna start here. Right? So like our first pattern that I'm actually seeing here is this one, right? So like those patterns actually do have information, right, regarding what the market is doing, so you can use it to actually capitalize. So like as you can see here, we have our first pattern. So this one is a reversal, right? So we're having like 3 touches here. We're using the trend lines, then we're having like 2 touches on the bottom, right? So we touch this trend line 3 times, then we actually continue moving to the downside, right? So right, with this move we can actually capitalize on the lower time frames, probably maybe on your 4 hour, maybe on your 1 hour, 15 minute or whatever time frame. But because this is the daily time frame and we know that this movement is gonna take like a couple of days, so you know that you're gonna be selling like most of the time. So like positions that are going to be sells in this current trend, right? This current trend, because you can even see this is a trend, right? So we're moving like this, right? Till maybe it's till like 90% of the move, right? Because this is the end of the move. Then let me just scale like 90% of this move from here, right? So 90%, so like exactly on 90% you see that we actually change in trend, right, again. Because like if you can take a good look at this, right, it's another trend change here. We're having 3 touches again on this trend. So like we change trend now, we actually go for the buys again, right? So this is how this thing works, right? So after that we're having what again, like 3 touches. So this is the first touch there. Let me just fix it a bit, right? So we are having 3 touches again, like 1, 2, 3 after that one, right? So then again, what do? We actually like look for the top of that one, so it's there, right? In most cases it's usually 90% of that move, right? So yeah, apparently we don't reach 90% of that move, which is fine again, but like you see, like more than 50% of the move was actually the uptrend, right? So what do there? We actually buy, right, and actually capitalize on that move. So and again, what do we have again? Because I see after that one we had something else again, right? So okay, so what did we have? Let's just wait for it. So what did we have? Let's check here. What did we have? So we had another pattern, right? So after that pattern, like price actually does react to these patterns, right? So they do exist, right? As you can see with the current analysis that I'm doing. So what do we do again? So this time around, what do? We break past the 90% mark, right, from here, right? Okay, so like from here we break past the 90% mark, right, which is fine, by the way. So basically we're taking advantage of of this downtrend here till that point, right? We take advantage, we actually take trades on the lower time frames. So far so good, right? So what do we see now? Because we just look at price and what price is telling us, right? So if we can take a good look again, we are actually having patterns, right? So we're continuing. What do we have again? So like let's check. Okay, we do have like a reaction, small reaction there, right? Because we're having a pattern there, so but it doesn't commit, right? So we're looking, because like we're actually looking for big moves, and we are actually interpreting price action, right? What price is telling us. So here again, what do we have now? We're having the same pattern, right? Same thing, it's appearing over and over again. We're having 3 touches. What do? We actually have a downtrend again. So this thing is gonna be happening for days, right? This is the downtrend that we take advantage of, right? So, and we having what, let's check 90%. So this is the lowest low. So now let me just measure here using my FIB tool. So let's see if we almost had 90% of the move, right? But the most important thing here is that we're actually capitalizing on the trend, right? Because price has given us what? It has given us information, right? Information. So after having that information, now we know that we're going to be sell. So now we know that like high probability trades are going to be sellers more than buyers. So we take advantage of that. We actually sell most of the time. Like positions that are going to be sellers are going to be more effective than buyers in this case, because we had this information given us by the market, right? That we actually going to be having like a downtrend. That's a reversal, right? So yeah, let's see. Let's take a look again, right? So we're looking for the same pattern. Once we get that pattern, we actually use it to actually make a decision, right? So let's see, what do we have here. Like we look for like a perfect setup, right? So things just have to be not forced, right? They just have to be interlocked in the right way. Like we have like 3 touches there again, right? You see, this is smooth. So this is smooth again, right? Again, we're having what? We're having like information. So we're having information on the daily, 1, 2, 3 touches, right, on our trend line. So this is a pattern, right? Same thing that you even see on Google, right? This is the thing. So it does actually work, right? So it does appear on the markets. It does exist. So right, so I think this is gonna be like useful information. I hope it's gonna be useful information, especially to the beginner traders. So what do we do after that? After being given the information, we actually have what? A downtrend. So we actually move to the downside. Like we're selling hard, so we sell hard. So we went past the 90% mark, which is fine. And then we sold, right? And again, what do? We actually look for information again. So we just look at the markets, then we look at information, we interpret information, then we make a decision, right? So again, what do we have here? We're having this move, we're having this pattern again. So this is the pattern again. What do they give us? For a couple of days there, we do actually have like sales. You see like nice sales there on this move. So we move, right, which is perfect, by the way. So if the move is not giving us like the full move, there's always a reason why, right? And the reason why in this case, you can see that we're having an uptrend currently. Why? Because we had another pattern, right? So we had another pattern, which is this one. So price has a reason. Price always has a reason why. So that's how you see that it does actually exist. It does work, right? So you just have to find a convenient way to make it work for you as an individual, right? I'm just here to show people tips, right? So you can gather A plus B to form C in whatever way you want to implement it to work, in order for it to work for you, right? So you can see we have in this pattern, right? Like if I can invert this thing, right, turn it upside down, you can see that it's almost the same. It's just that this thing is actually flipped upside down now, right? So let me put it back into its order. So what do? We have this uptrend. Now we buy. So price has actually given us information to do what? To buy. So right, currently we are buying, right? So we're using this information that the market is giving us to what? To buy, right? Basically. So which means like buyers are more effective than sellers at this point, right? Because price has given us information. Price will always give you information on what decision to make, right? As long as you've analyzed and you're using that information to make decisions in the market, everything's gonna work for you, right? So there's no right or wrong way to do things. There are plenty of ways to make it in the market. There are plenty of ways to actually interpret information in the market. It's just that you just need to find something that works for you in order for you to be effective and make a few coins on the markets, right? So yeah, without any further waste of your time, guys, please do add those likes, share, comments, and subscribe so I can continue making more videos like this. Anyways, cheers guys, peace.